Hey guys, it's me, Siobhan. My son, Dalton, wanted to say hi, and so he's going to leave. So he just wanted to be in it. Anyway, so I have the first question for my reflection on Module 5 is what were my 3 favorite websites that I examined. The first one that I liked was BrainPop. I had actually seen my kids use this a couple times. I thought that the resources were more free than what they actually were. I actually watched one of the videos about autumn solstice, since today was the first day of autumn, and I thought that was really neat. It gave a quiz and kind of helped reinforce what you actually learned. I think the website is very engaging for kids. I ended up looking over the prices though for it, such as the main application is $230 a year, and that's just for an individual price. It's not for like the district. BrainPop Junior was $175. BrainPop ELL was $150, and then you also have Spanish and France language one for $170. That would be something that I would have to really determine whether or not it would be utilized well in my class, or if there were other resources that I already had on hand that I really wouldn't need it and I could just use the free resources that it does have available. The other website that I liked was Kathy, I believe, Schrock's page. I really like the iPads for teaching.net link. I don't use Apple products at all, and so it was nice to see the resource where I could learn how to use these to help the children. When I worked at the school, that's all they had was iPads. The older kids, my kids, are now in junior high and they have Chromebooks, so of course I know how to use those, but the iPads I had no idea on how to utilize them as well. She also has workshops that you can actually learn more of whatever you would like. There's multiples of those, and there was no prices on them. I'm gonna guess they vary. So let's see. And then the iPads for teaching.net, those were all free resources that I came across. There was a couple dead links, but the ones that I found were they were good. The last one that I enjoyed was edutopia.org. Sorry if I said that wrong. There were many free resources available either to teach from or to learn from, and I really liked that. It was nice going over these websites because having these available to use instead of just going into a classroom with like a book and the few resources that you acquired like through student teaching back, before the internet was available, this was really nice to be able to have and go through. So I kind of described the particular components that I liked and what I found useful, and I kind of went over the costs already. So my experience with Kia, I definitely think it could be useful as a future teacher. There's a few more steps that it was simple to use, but I think there's a few more steps that I just don't know if I would want to go through every time that I want to try to set something up. I know that there's, when I worked in the school, I was a teacher's aide, and so I would actually make copies, and they have so many books and resources that they had through that, they would just copy those off. And it may or may not be really useful to me, just depends on when I get into my classroom. So, and I did enjoy actually, making the activities up. And then, sorry, let me go through my notes here, make sure I get everything. Okay, and then the last thing was the OER, respiratories. I think that there was so much information. I myself could just go through and learn so much stuff in here, and it was nice to know that it's mostly for higher ups that I noticed. There was even one like about careers, like a teacher career, so I didn't find anything else. The one thing that I did find though, related to younger children, was I'm sorry. I know that I found some that were some subjects for younger children, but I had to look for like first grade specifically, like we normally would on another website. I do think that this resource, the ORE, and all these websites are very, very beneficial for us future teachers, just because, like I said before, they're resources that are going to be able to be utilized, whether we use some of the free resources that the website offers, or if we feel like we can purchase them, or maybe we could talk to the district and they could purchase it as a whole. I know like iExcel has been bought when my kids were going to school, and I know I believe it's Osmos that has been being utilized in the school that I just had worked at, sorry. So I just think these resources are really neat, and watching the teachers actually utilize the technology in their own classrooms has really kind of helped give me a better idea of what I would be able to do. So, well, thank you guys. Have a good one.